Om Shuklam Varadharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashantaye Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir bhavatu me sada yena akshara samamnayam adhigamya maheshwarat kritsnam vyakaranam proktam tasmai paninaye namaha vakyakaram vararuchim bhashyakaram patanjalim Paninim Sutrakarancha Pranatosmi Munitrayam Vagartha Viva Samprikto Vagarthaf Pratipattaye Jagadaf Pitaro Vande Parvati Parameshwaro Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha Hari Om. Namaste, welcome everyone. So we're here in Kṛdanta. So we've been seeing, right? We're looking at these bunch of vritti. One of the vrittis is Kṛdanta, right? Where we are having we're starting with the dhatu, right? Starting with the dhatu, we're adding what we call a krit pratyaya, and we make a new pratipadikam. We make a new nominal base, so then we can make nouns out of this, right? So from a root, we can make a noun. Do you remember at the beginning of Sanskrit when we just started, this seemed like a crazy idea that you can have a dhatu and make a noun out of a dhatu. That seemed like a crazy idea, but now we've come pretty far since then, right? So we always have to remember that there's a basic sense, additional sense. The basic sense in Kritya is karmani and bhave, right? So Krityaha, they give the sense of object of action, that karmani. And we saw that there's those three types, ya, tavya, and aniya. Now we're going to be looking at around page 46. I think your pages should be around the same as mine. Krit pratyas in Kartari, meaning the basic sense is that they denote karta, the agent of action, the doer of action. The first one we started looking at is Tṛc. Tṛc. Okay, so you can say it with me. Tṛc. Tṛc. Okay, now this is half N, right? Half Murdanya Nakara, vul, right? So nvul, nvul. Okay, now this is half ka, right? So not, it's ka without the akara. So kvip, kvip. Okay, so Tṛc, nvul, kvip. There are a few others, but we're going to have, those other ones have their own section. So we're just going to see these three right now, right? So Tṛc, nvul, and kvip. All from page 46 onwards, right? Okay, so let's go to that. So we're seeing Tṛc, right? So Tṛc, as we just said, denotes the karta. The content of Tṛc is just Tr. This chakara is an it letter, meaning it serves a purpose and it goes away. Here, there's not much purpose served. Okay, it's just intonation. So when you're chanting the Maheshwara Sutra, there must have been a swara. The chakara indicated a swara for chanting. Okay. we've lost the chanting, unfortunately, so we don't know what it actually sounds like. One thing we can note is guna can take place in the anga. Guna can take place when it's added to trich. So the anga can take guna. We'll see examples of that today. This new pratipadika can decline in 3 lingas. So it's 3 lingi, meaning it can be masculine, neuter, or feminine, either of the 3. And it's determined by the word that it's qualifying, the linga of the noun, the gender of the noun which it's qualifying, right? The declension is in Punlinga Napumsaka Linga. It declines like r ending masculine. So like Kartru Shabda, that was in that warm-up screen, that r ending masculine. We'll quickly review that as well today. And in feminine, it's going to decline as e ending feminine, like nadi. Okay. Okay, in one moment, I'll come back to the Vigraha Vakya and we'll see this. Okay, so we will see this today. If I forget, just remind me, we need to see the Vigraha Vakya before we leave today. Okay, that's important. Okay, before we look at this, I just want to look at us at the chart. So the chart for Kartru. So this is in our book 1, in our foundations book, our basic foundations book. This is r ending in Punlinga Kartru Shabda. Okay. Here, funnily, the word Kartru is made from trich, right? Kṛdātu plus trich becomes Kartru. The tr, right? Tr comes from trich. The chakara goes away. So tr. Kr becomes kar because it takes guna. So kar plus tr. Okay. Now, it has its own way of declining. And I think we have seen all the rules before, but let's just quickly chant karta and let's do one more example so that we get the declension chart. Okay. So you can repeat after me. Okay. So this is Kartru Shabda, Rikaranta Pullinga Shabdaha. So Rikaranta Pullinga Shabdaha. Karta Kartaro Kartaraha. Karta Kartaro Kartaraha. Kartaram Kartaro Kartrun. Kartra 3-1. Kartrubhyam Kartrubhihi. For 1, Kartre Kartrubhyam Kartrubhyaha. 5-1, Kartuhu Kartrubhyam Kartrubhyaha. 6-1, Kartuhu Kartroho Kartrnam. Kartari 7-1, Kartroho Kartrishu. Sambodhanam, He Kartaha, He Kartaro, He Kartaraha. Okay, so this is one of the more tricky ones, right? So first thing we want to note is that you see, like, it's like Guru Shabda or Hari Shabda or Guru Shabda, either one. In 2-3, Hari, short E becomes Hareen, becomes long E, right? In 6-3 also, Harinam, right? You see how it becomes long E? So similarly, the same rule applies here, that 2-3, this vowel becomes long. So it's Kartrun, okay? You have to roll your R a little bit. I can't do it as well, but Kartrun. Okay. And same with 6-3. Kartrunam. Right. So you see that vowel gets long there. Okay. So it means you just roll the R just slightly longer than just regular rikara. Okay. Let's do one more word. Let's take maybe let's take this word gantru. Gantru is gam dhatu, right? To go. And I add trich. It adds the ER, right? Trich gives the ER, the sense of doer of action. So doer of going means the goer, right? The doer of going means the goer. So let's chant Gantr Shabda following this pattern. Okay. So you can try to say it along with me. Or if you want to just listen, that's okay too, whatever works. So Gantr, okay? So Ganta, Gantaro, Gantaraha. You can try to beat me to it. Gantaram, Gantaro, Gantrun, Gantra, Gantrabhyam, Gantrabhi, Gantre, Gantrabhyam, Gantrabhyaha, Gantuhu, Gantrabhyam, Gantrabhyaha, Gantuhu, Gantroho, Gantrnam, Gantari, Gantroho, Gantrishu, He Gantaha, He Gantaro, He Gantaraha. Okay. So before I take the question, thumbs up, thumbs side, thumbs down. How did that feel to do Gantru along with me? Or was that really difficult? Yeah, you can give me a thumbs up to kind of indicate. It felt okay. 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 Har Prasad, you can go ahead and unmute yourself.
Mahodaya, can you please explain how when you said because it takes the guna, it becomes kar. Can you please explain to me how it happens, please?
Yes, I will do that. Yep, absolutely.
Okay. Thank you.
So I'm going to go back now that we looked at that declension chart. So that's how it declines, right? It declines just like Kartru Shabda. Okay. Let's look at this example of Nyatru. Sorry. I thought we had an example where it shows Kartru. Okay, but let's just first look at this one, and then I'll show you Kartru. Okay. So if we want to make one whose meaning is a knower, agent of knowing, the word would be Nyatru, right? So I'm adding Nya Dhatu plus Trich Pratyaya. It gives the meaning of, so Dhatu Nya is to know, and Trich gives the meaning of ER, so knower, the one who knows. Chakara goes away because it's an it letter, and hence it's removed, it's delighted. And then they just go together, right? Being Kṛdanta, this is qualified to be a Pratipadika. Okay, now let's look at Kru. Okay, so if I have Kru plus Trich, sorry, excuse the handwriting. Okay, Kru plus Trich. Okay, so first, we'll follow this path of Kru. First, the Chakara goes away, and it's just Tr. Okay, Chakara goes away because it's an it letter. Okay, now this is an Anga, And this anga can take guna when added to trich. Okay. So now, what does that mean? So you see in this chart right here, I have rikara, and rikara, when it becomes guna, becomes ar. Ar, right? Akara plus refa. So, with that said, when guna, so it would be, I add an akara, and it becomes kar. And then I have to add this halanta again. So kar. Kar plus tr. Now, when we write that in Sanskrit, you get these odd hooks, right? That happen. So I have to add the hook up there. That's the refa. So these equal the same thing. Kartr and kartr. Yeah. So that's how we make it. Okay. So now let's go ahead. So we've seen this chart before. Let's just quickly look at some of them because I want to show you some more. Okay, let me show you the Vigraha Vakya actually before I show you that. Okay. So this is number 7. Sorry, sometimes there's a little whiplash when I'm moving around the screen. Okay, so 7, Vigraha Vakyam of the Krit Vritti. What is a Vigraha Vakya? Vigraha Vakya, right? Gives the explanation of the word. So the Tinganta, the verb in Kartari Prayoga, can be used for the Vigraha Vakya. For example, if I'm making the word karta, right? Karta is a Trich word. I can say karoti iti karta. Karoti iti karta. It's the same root, but I just put it in latlakara kartari prayoga. Okay? Because this word karoti, it means does, right? But it implies he, she, it does. So one does. So if I were to translate this, it would be the one, so one who does, iti is the karta. Or it would be literally like one does, or he does, or she does, in quotation marks. That's a doer, right? the he does, the doer, right? So that's how we translate it. Notice this same dhatu, drish, or drish dhatu becomes pash. Remember when we're trying to say drish becomes pash? So pashyati iti drashta. Pashyati iti drashta. The one who sees is the seer. One who sees is the seer. So if it helps, you can add one word, yaha. Yaha pashyati iti drashta. Yaha. Right? If that helps with the translation, one who sees is the seer. Yaha karoti iti karta. Yaha, right? Yeah. Or ya or yat. It depends on the gender, but you can say yaha. So, nyatrubi janati iti nyata. Right? Janati iti nyata. Okay, let's look at some other ones. Budatu, just, you know how it becomes, so it becomes bhav, just like what we've seen. So bhavitr, one who becomes. So bhavati iti bhavita. 1-1. So I'm just taking the 1-1 version. Right? Bhavati iti bhavita. Gam, to go. So I can say bhavati iti bhavitr, also I can say, or I can say 1-1 version. Okay, it doesn't matter. Gam, to go, pastrich, gam. There's a sun, so there's some sandhi rules that happen. Gan, tr, so that makara becomes nakara, sandhi rule. Okay, so gantr. Gacchati iti ganta. Okay, so you can read through this on your own, and you don't need it to for me to read it to you. There's just, you see these stars, those are exceptions. So drish dhatu plus trich becomes drashtr. Okay, now this is not as simple as it seems. There's a little bit, it's a irregular form. So we say pashyati iti drashta. Srij is also irregular, so it becomes srush. Srashtr. It's a tongue twister. Srashtr. Srashtr. Srijati iti srashta. Okay. So you can see some of these. Okay, now let's do some practice. Okay. So what we're going to do is what is the vyutpatti? Okay, how vyutpatti means how does this word made? Okay, what is the vyutpatti of the following Kṛdanta words? So for example, Kartrinam, right? This is a Kṛdanta word. The dhatu is kr. The krit pratyay is trich, right? I mean, this is all number 1 to 3 is pretty straightforward because we're only doing trich. So it's called a trijanta word. The vigraha vakya is, okay, now I want you to pay attention. Kurvanti iti kartaraha. Okay, why is it kurvanti? Because here, this is a 6-3 word. Kartrna. So first, the author is making a plural version. Again. Making plural. So they're using anti, right? Kurvanti. Instead of karoti, they're saying kurvanti. They're using plural because they're starting to make kartaraha, which is 1-3. Now, the word finally is kartrunam, so I have to give it also, translate it into the 6th case. So then I give a word, I give tad shabda in the case that I want. So then I'll say tesham. This is the conversion word. Okay, you see that? That's the conversion symbol when I make that arrow, conversion, right? So we're converting it into 6-3. Tesham is a 6-3 word, so then it becomes kartrunam. Alternately, we can say karoti iti karta. You can say karoti iti karta, then do tesham kartrunam. It'll convert the same way. So you can either make it plural right away, or you can make it singular and then do this tesham and it'll convert it. Right? That will indicate that you're making it plural and 6th case. I feel like I'm teaching a math class right now. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's do another example. Okay. Let's do not kartru again. Let's do. Okay. Let's do datre. Okay. Datre. Okay. So follow. So you tell me. Okay. You can. I can read your mind. So you tell me in your mind, or you say it out loud. Okay. So this is a Kṛdanta word. The dhatu is
Da.
da dhatu. Exactly. The dhatu is da. The krit pratyay is trich, right? We know that. This is called trijanta word. The vigraha vakya. Okay, so this is a little bit tricky. Da dhatu is the funny form. It's anybody, you can unmute yourself and say. Yeah, I can hear you saying it. Okay, so dadati, right? Dadati is how we get it. So dadati iti data. Dadati iti data. That's like also a tongue twister. Dadati iti data. Then I would say
Tesham. No,
not,
sir.
not tesham.
4th case, isn't it?
4th case.
It's not 3. Mhm. Dati. Dadi. Dada. Dati.
Do we want to see the Tad Shabda chart?
No.
My data.
Tasmai. Tasmai.
Yeah.
That's
Tasmai.
yep,
Tasmai.
exactly. Thank
Tasmai.
you. That was some teamwork there. That was great. Okay, so tasmai. So like tasmai namaha. That's the way to remember it, right?
I was
Tasmai.
looking for the fourth case of the Dati.
Yeah, so we don't need the fourth case, right? So I'll show you. I'm going to mute you for a second, okay? So we would say, right? We would say dadati iti data tasmai datre. Yeah. Tasmai datre. So this denotes the karta of action. This is like kartari vyutpatti, meaning it's in the meaning of karta. Okay. So maybe we're getting this, maybe we're not. Let's try one more. Okay. Let's see one. Okay. Let's just pick one randomly. Pramatuhu. Pramatuhu. Okay. Let's look at pramatuhu. Okay. So pramatuhu, this is pra upasarga ma dhatu, to know. Okay. Prama, to p, to know. Trich dhatu becomes pramatru. Okay, the knower. This is the same word that pramana comes from, right? But the knower, pramatru. Okay, so the word is pramatuhu. Now, if we're looking at the chart, pramatuhu can be which cases, right? It can be 5-1 or 6-1. Yeah, 5-1 or 6-1. We see these two here. 5-1, 6-1. Pramatuhu. So let's just choose one. Let's just say 5-1 for now. Okay. We can do both of them, but let's just do 5-1. Okay. So we would make the verb. So we say pramati. Okay. Pramati. Iti. We would say iti pramata. Sorry. Pramati iti pramata. And then fifth case of tad shabda. Tasmat, yeah. Tasmat iti pramatuhu. Okay, let's try that one more again. Okay. So we're looking at pramatuhu. So pramati iti pramata tasmat pramatuhu. Okay. Okay. I wanted to show one of these examples. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Hariprasadji, you had a question?
Yes, Mahodaya. I'm a little bit confused. Now, pramata, is it not a Strilinga word?
Pramata, so is 1-1 of pramatru. So I would say pramati iti pramata.
Okay, so it is 1-1.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah, you give the 1-1. You can give the pratipadika also, but usually we give the 1-1. So
Okay,
pramati iti
I
pramata.
got that. And the second question is, so the second part is always belongs to the tad shabda, is it?
Correct.
Okay.
That's the conversion word. Is we always take tad shabda, give the case and number that we want, right? So if it's plural, we'll give a plural word. Okay. Let's do one example. Okay, we only have 5 minutes, so let me just choose one. Maybe let's say number 5 or number 6. Okay, so let's say number 6. Okay. Saha margasya gantrinam pashyati. All right, let me take this over. Okay. So saha margasya gantrinam pashyati. Okay, so first we're going to catch this verb. I'll take the questions in a moment. We catch our verb, pashyati, right? Pashyati.
Saha pashyati.
Yeah, so pashyati is what we're going to give the information. This is drish dhatu, 1p to see. Lat lakaraha, kartari prayoga, third one. So actually, this is not 1p. Drish dhatu, is it? Yeah, it is 1p.
Yeah.
But it becomes, drish becomes pashya because of some funny transformation that happens. Okay, so Tanujaji, you said saha pashyati, correct?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. You're unmuted. That was perfect time. Don't worry. So saha pashyati. So we look for the 1-1. So that's perfect. So 1-1. So saha pashyati. So he sees, right? He sees. Tad shabda prathama vibhakti ekavachanam kartari prathama tu pashyati. So he sees. He sees what? He sees what? Okay, he sees what? Now, you know that this is going to be our 6 case words, so it's probably not the object of seeing.
Gantrun.
Garntrun, yeah. So this is 2, 3. 2, 3. So this is, what's the pratipadika? The pratipadika is Gantru. Gantru pratipadika. Originally, it was gam dhatu plus trich. Okay, but the pratipadika is gantru, dvitiya vibhakti, bahuvachanam, karmani dvitiya to pashyati. Okay, what does gantru mean? It means goer, right? Or the one who goes. The one who goes, it's a traveler, right? We would call it, we wouldn't say in English, we don't ever say the word goer. Yeah, so yeah, thank you for that. So travelers or goers. So the one who sees the travelers or goers, right? The goers of what? Or the travelers of what? Margasya. Kasya? Margasya. Marga shabda akaranta pullinga prathama shashti vibhakti ekavachanam sambandhe shashti to gantrun sambandha. So it's the travelers of what? Of the marga. Marga means of the path, of the road. So he sees the travelers of the road. Okay. Have you ever seen this word? Dogda Gopala Nandanaha. Dogda Gopala Nandanaha. So this is from our Dhyana Shloka for Gita class. We see this. Dogda Gopala Nandanaha. So Dogda is a funny one. Dogda is a funny word. Dogda comes from duh dhatu. Duh, 2p to milk. Duh. Duh gets guna and it becomes doh. Okay? And then because of this funny sandhi roll that we haven't learned the sandhi roll, it becomes dog. Dog. Okay? Not dog, dog. Dog, and then sorry, it becomes not just dog, it becomes dogd, dogda. The hakara becomes this jakara and this x. So there's a lot of transformation that takes place. Okay. Dog, the hakara becomes jakara, this takara becomes dha, so it becomes dogdr. Okay, a lot of sandhi takes place. I don't want to get too much into it. Okay? But dogdr. So 1-1 is so dog. So they just said dogdi iti dogda. But 1-1 we would say, right, is dogda, the one who milks. So we said dogda gopala nandanaha. So gopala nandanaha. So Bhagavan Krishna, those are names for Bhagavan Krishna, is the one who milks. What does he milk? Upanishad. We'll see that in the Gita class, that he's milking the Upanishad, the scripture, and getting the verses of Gita. Okay, we do need to end here, but just to see, we're getting a little bit better translation, and we'll see 1 or 2 more in the next class, and then we'll go to Ndvul, and then we'll go to Quip. Okay. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to do that. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha Hari Om.